Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. So in the last episode we managed to get out of the madhouse that was Riverside Institute, but not before we managed to exchange a few words with Sanders, one of the patients there who had gouged his own eyes out, and according to him, Sarah Hawkins' paintings are cursed, and then he just died. He started floating in the air, exorcism style, and something killed him. And then we managed to get out, and we were brought here by Officer Bradley and Mary Colden, the other doctor from the Institute who is trying to find evidence against Dr. Fuller about his inhumane and not exactly legal experiments. Actually, let's take a look at was it clues? No. Dark water here. Okay, here we go. Francis Sanders, age 47, art dealer. Francis Sanders knew Sarah Hawkins so well that he accused her of being the source of his suffering. The man gouged his eyes out with his own hands, well that's very gruesome, and smeared the walls of his cell with esoteric symbols. He seemed to be obsessed with a Shambler, linked to Sarah Hawkins. Shambler, what is a Shambler? He died before my eyes, in circumstances that I cannot explain. Okay, and then we got Mary Colden and Officer Bradley here, who are with us in this Hawkins mansion. This is our hideout for now. And let's see, what else? Do we have new character points? Actually, yes, we do. Okay, so we got 3 character points, and we can advance this to the next level with by distributing all these 3 points to that, because as you can see it reads 3 character points needed before next level. I didn't even notice that before. So maybe we should just yeah, let's just invest all of these. So now we are expert in psychology. We are also expert in investigation, professional in eloquence, and also hidden objects, fighting hidden objects even, professional in strength, but we are an amateur when it comes to occultism and medicine. And apparently, I didn't even notice this one before either, the medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. So we can't even invest any character points into these. I didn't even realize that. So yeah, that's good to know. But now, without... do you want to quit without validating? I did add all the points now, didn't I? Okay, there we go. Okay, anything new here? Sanity. Macabre discovery. Searching through the cellars of the Riverside Institute, Pierce entered a room that he first took for a morgue. But the advanced state of decay of the corpses that lay about the place quickly made him realize that he was wrong. Nothing could justify the presence of such a charnel house in a hospital. The putrid smell and the total absence of respect for human life, as witnessed by this room, profoundly shocked Pierce, costing him some of his sanity. Oh, didn't want to click that. Okay, what's the last thing here? The death of Francis Sanders. Yeah, you would think that witnessing something like that would shock you quite a bit. The weirdness of Francis Sanders' death went far beyond anything Pierce had ever seen. Lifted off his feet by an invisible force, the poor man's body was carried into the air before being thrown violently against the bars of his hiding place. Pierce, powerless, watched the limbs break and Sanders' body crumble to the ground. During long moments of agony, the detective saw nothing that could explain this event. Weakened by his wounds and the operations he could remember undergoing, Pierce begins to question his ability to tell the difference between reality and the nightmares that haunt him. Okay, and places. Cellars of the Riverside Institute. Okay, I don't think I need to read this places because we have been there. Inventory, nothing new here. Knowledge. Ritual dagger from the underground tunnels where the cultists are. Annotated Bible. Breviary of Medicine, Tome 1. And History of Medicine in the... Why do you use Roman numbers here? That's 19th century, I think. Anything else? Chapter 4, we got the carved bone. Yeah, okay, that's everything now. Okay. And so, without further ado, let's continue with the rest of the game here and go and talk to Officer Bradley and Mary Colden and hear what their plans are for the next move. They are down here, I think. There they are.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce.
Good morning.
How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day's only starting. It's fine.
Okay, well, we talk to you.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
You could say that.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Okay, so occultism, this requires professional. What they had me endure. Talk to Colin. I might be onto a lead. Talk to Bradley. You did see Charles was alive. You and Dr. Colin, are you more than just friends? And that's a bit too personal questions to ask at this point. So, you did see Charles alive. You remember that much, right? And you should be dead. I don't know why this requires to be a professional at medicine, but whatever.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were with
You
us.
were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Your memory seems to be failing you. Or maybe he wasn't with us at all. This is so weird. So strange.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, so he does remember that we were here in the mansion, but he doesn't remember entering the tunnels. Excuse me. Okay, that's interesting. Look at his face. He looks so shocked. So, are you two a thing?
You two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I do seem a little bit stupid, don't I? Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Okay, fair enough. And I can't ask this because we are not a professional at medicine. How about you, Colden? Did Fuller found Riverside? I saw dead bodies. Sarah Hawkins was committed.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Very good question. And we saw some dead bodies. Very badly decomposed dead bodies.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan, and I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
So, did Fuller found Riverside?
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Well, let's see, what do we have? Nothing here. What they had me endure. Well, I might be onto a lead.
I met a Francis Sanders. You know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
He called him the Shambler? A sort of crisis?
I didn't see what, but something was there, with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
Yeah, most
If
likely.
you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Let's stay prudent. Better to confront the truth. Better to confront the truth, or let's stay prudent. I might have to make this choice here, or can I change my mind later? Let's just better confront the truth.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Okay, so that choice is going to affect this. Excuse me. So that choice I just made is going to affect this game or the ending or whatever in some way. Okay. Is there anything else that we can talk about before we go?
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Yeah, sure. Bradley?
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Yeah, I bet. But now... Oh, we got a new character file here. Dr. Fuller, age 52, occupation, Riverside Senior Physician. Dr. Fuller reigns as the undisputed master of the Riverside Institute and of its cellars, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I don't know what he has done to me, but I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. This man is dangerous, and I would swear that he knows more about all this business than he is willing to tell. Plus he's wearing shades inside, so that should be a clear indication that he is a bad guy. Of course. Okay, so do we just leave? Apparently so. Chapter 6. Sanders' Residence. Pierce, Golden and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the Shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well,
Oh, is that
look who's here.
the cat? What is she doing here?
You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
Also, you could tell that this is some artist's home. Look how red it is.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Well, to be fair, we were not exactly led to see him. We actually had to sneak to his place, to the cell where he was, or excuse me, or to the room where he was. So yeah, you must not feel guilty. He died screaming right before my eyes. I don't think that's something that we want to tell to a fresh widow. I was no longer there when it happened. You are taking it quite well. Well, maybe she had a good cry last night. You must not feel guilty. Well, let's go with this.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words.
Affects my
Nobody
destiny,
in
huh?
that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Well, there wasn't really much that we could have done, I don't think. I share your grief, but I had nothing to do with it. The true culprit is Fuller. It wasn't me who sent him there. Let's not say this and sound like that we are accusing her. Excuse me. I'm sure she thought that Dr. Fuller was a totally respectable man. How to test eloquence? The true culprit is Fuller. Well, let's go with this, I suppose.
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You, too, would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Okay, so... Shit, maybe we should have mentioned that Dr. Fuller is the culprit here. Or maybe it was a good thing that we didn't talk about him just yet, or I don't know. How do you know Sarah Hawkins? What is Cat doing here? Did he speak to you of a Shambler? Yeah, let's ask this first.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A Shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Besides our
Then
sanity.
you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit, because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Oh, can't we ask the other questions, like why is the cat here? I guess not. Is it a picture? Or a photo, rather.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
A photograph of Sarah Hawkins next to the Sanders. They must be close. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell that. It's kind of hard to tell that what this picture looks like from this photo. New clue memorized. Aha. Well, let's go to the reconstructions scene. See what we can learn. Okay, so a teacup.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Maybe. What's this? Guest book?
Sanders' accession register.
Okay.
He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally. What
So
did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
okay, so he really wanted to buy that painting from Sarah Hawkins, but she was very reluctant to do so. Okay. It's not this, is it? Oh wait, it must be when it was delivered.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
And again, I can't quite see it because it's so blurry. Well, I guess we are about to see the real painting soon. She looks a bit concerned, and the wife looks like, oh god, it looks horrifying or terrible or something.
She didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated.
Then why did she freaking sell it? I mean, if you didn't want to sell it to anyone, then why did you?
She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why?
Okay. Occultism. What? Oh, more visions. Oh.
The Shambler. I need to see it.
Okay, I guess we go and see it very soon. But let's see, before we go. Breviary of Medicine, Tome 2. Okay. We are slightly better at medicine. And should we go and talk to Cat next? Also, oh, it's J. Okay, so, Irene Sanders, 41. Occupation, none. It's clear that she holds Sarah Hawkins responsible for the death of her husband. But what I don't understand about Irene Sanders is this mix of sadness and insensitivity. It looks like she had given up on her husband long before his horrid death in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. Okay. And clues at the Sanders. Well, yeah, I don't really feel like reading that right now. One character point available. Well, let's save that for later. When we get more. So, is the gallery this way? Oh. Wait, wasn't there some blood on that painting? What looks like a very modern style portrait of the wife. What's that?
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Uh-huh. An audio recording that Francis Sanders left for his wife, Irene. Well, let's hope that she doesn't mind if we take that. So, where is the... where's the gallery? Not here, I guess. Maybe that's a painting of the Hawkins mansion? Can't go there either, okay. How about here? So many doors. And can't open any of them. Some random portrait. And what is... I don't even know. Basic landscape. Oh, there's the cat. So this is Francis's office. Dreamcatcher.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
An ancient amulet, probably Amerindian. I wonder what its purpose could be. It looked like a dreamcatcher to me at first, just like from the caves. We picked it up anyway. Sleeping pills. These people sure love their sleeping pills on this island.
I could use one of those.
I found the sleeping pills in the Sanders house. Were they prescribed to Francis Sanders or to Irene? Most likely Francis, because we found it in his office. The Whale and the God. The Whale and the God, or A Brief History of Darkwater, by Irvin Greenmouth. It is focused on the past glory of the island. Okay. What do we have here?
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
For nothing? So she didn't even sell it. Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning for you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Your friend, Sarah Hawkins. Okay. So she really didn't want to give or sell the painting away. And then she just gave it to the guy for free, because reasons.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
This volume spends some time on This volume spent some time on Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. Hello? So, gonna talk to you in a minute. Oh, what? We're gonna break that thing? Oh, we just force it open. Okay, key to the Sanders gallery. Okay, so it was going to be locked. This must be the door leading there. And of course there must be a painting with tentacles in it. Wouldn't be a Cthulhu game without one. Would you read the book? What book is that anyway? Let's not read it. Wait, this will affect your destiny? I just wanted to read the damn title first. If I can. Well, I guess we read that after we have talking to the cat who is staring at us.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I've got to verify the painting for a buyer. Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. It's none of your business. Well, yeah, it's true. It is actually none of her business.
It's got nothing to do with you, Baker. At least I hope not.
Bravado. And a threat. In the same sentence.
It wasn't really a threat.
I appreciate the effort, Detective. But watch your tongue.
And what are you doing here?
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
What I know does not concern you, Detective.
Well, fair enough. Well, I guess we have no other option but to show our prowess.
Must I ask good Officer Bradley? I had the impression that the chemistry wasn't that great between the two of you.
Is that all you've got, Detective? I was invited here by Irene herself. It's got nothing to do with the police. As for your Bradley, it's me who gave him his scar. And try that kind of approach on me again, and I promise you, your face will be far more repulsive than his.
All fair in love and war, I suppose?
Well, shit. So she was the one who gave Officer Bradley that Joker scar. Okay, Jesus. Okay, so what is this book? What is this book? Malleus Bestiarum Volume 2. Is this Latin? It is kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Okay. Did we lose some sanity because of that? Well, at least we improved our occultism knowledge. Let's take a look at our sanity real quick. It seems to be the same. Malleus Bestiarum. Dimensional Shambler. What? This thing is in the painting? The Dimensional Shambler comes from a dark and inhospitable dimension, where the rarity of food sources keep it in a state of permanent starvation. Well, that sounds very unpleasant. This is why it is in a constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the whales of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting this very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you just have to lay eyes upon it for its being to anchor itself in your dimension and to allow it to rip you open with its claws. Extract taken from the Malleus Bestiarum by Abigail G. Yeah, okay. Men will gather the knowledge through the lines dictated to me by the great old ones, but also in other volumes. The visions that assail me whisper me names and silhouettes of mystical creatures. Soon the Malleus Monstrorum, repository of all anatomical, cosmic and dimensional knowledge, will be seen as the authoritative work. This book, unholy among the most cursed books, will one day be the final rampant between man and the predators that are waiting to devour him, hidden behind the veils of parallel dimensions. Okay. Letter by Sarah Hawkins, okay. So we got the cylinder and the key to the Sanders gallery. Okay, let's not waste any more time and let's enter the gallery. Damn, this is bigger than I expected. Are we supposed to hide in here? Why would we need to hide? Why would we need to hide here? Okay, that's not a good sign. Okay, I have no idea what these are. Very interesting looking Sphinx statues. And what's here? My reaction exactly. There's a what do you call that? Excuse me. A telescope, a dagger, and are those ancient coins, maybe? A statue that seems to be made out of jade, judging from their color. Oh, and that's the same Holy Mary statue with Cthulhu's face from the tunnels. It's the same. A big maw with teeth and lots of eyes gazing at you. Okay. An empty box. What seems to be like a dagger or stiletto and some big beetles. Oh, that must be the painting that we are looking for. But before we go there, let's look at...
The man transforms an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, that this is quite a big gallery. I expected him only to have a few paintings here or something in one small room. Okay. What's there? What is that? A candle? Oh, we got some oil from that. Nice. Another Sphinx statue. It's kinda hard to tell what's going on there. Interesting looking obelisk, I think. And what the heck is happening there? It looks like some people and buildings are taken by aliens. They are being transferred to an alien ship or something. That's what that looks like to me. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. More gaping maws. Not terrifying at all. More sphinxes. This guy sure loves his sphinx statues. That's how you say it, like sphinx. Okay. Another closet. Is something gonna jump out of that painting? And two different portraits of the same being. One black and white and one with colors. Some ancient stone tablets. Another big-ass beetle. Is that made out of gold? Another interesting painting. I can barely see what's in there because of the light reflection. But nothing too interesting. Oh, he looks like a happy fella. And a bust of a woman with tentacles coming out of her head. Now look at those letters. They are glowing. Okay, was that everything? Not quite yet. Lion that looks like it has a mask on. And then tentacles coming out from underneath it. Another statue of an animal, I suppose. Looks like a lion a little bit. A big-ass head with two faces. Two-face. And something that looks like a demon, like a succubus instead of an angel, judging from the horns on her head and those wings. And what's happening there? Is it strangling a bird? Apparently so. Could be a swan. Okay, and there's the cursed painting. So, if I go and look at it, is the Shambler gonna come out of the painting? That's my wild guess here. But, okay, how long have I been playing here? About 40 minutes or so? Should I... You know what, fuck it, let's just take a look at this painting and see what happens. Take a look at it. There. This can't be normal. Why are the lights out? Oh shit. It's gonna come out, isn't it? Yes, it is. Remember, don't look at it. You don't look at those things. Unless you want to lose sanity. Okay, so we got 2 character points, that's great.
What the hell was that?
That must have been a Shambler. Okay, it's over there. I was supposed to go and hide in one of the closets. Shit, it's coming to us. Quickly, hide. And then we just stay here forever, if we need to be. There it is. So, what are we supposed to do now? We just hide here till it leaves and goes back inside the painting? Although something tells me that... oh, it's getting darker and darker in here. Let's get out. Because... Something tells me that Pierce is claustrophobic. Shit. In there. Are we supposed to leave this gallery? Also, I think that the game is still too it's still too dark. Where did I... here, brightness. So let's go with this and see how it looks like. Are you sure you want to back without applying your modification? Apply the settings. It's... Yes, apply the changes. Let's see how it looks like. I did apply them, didn't I? I think I did. Well, it looks slightly better. But then again, it could also be because we are inside this damn closet. Where is that thing? Something tells me that we can't open this door. Oh. Nope.
I can't even touch it.
I can hear it. It saw us, didn't it? Shit. We are so dead. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. I don't know what we're supposed to do next here, folks. Let's see. Missions, Sanders' residence. Here's 3 character points. I don't think that they are gonna help us in any way, no matter where we invest them. Inventory. Again, you're a private detective. Why don't you have a gun? Not that I think that that gun would really help us here, but still.
What the hell was that?
Okay, let's give this one more try. Now, where is it? Where is it? Shit. It wasn't this hard earlier to avoid it. Is it afraid of the light? No. I was just wondering if it was. Apparently it doesn't give a shit about the light. Make sure you never weaken the wells of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting this very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you just have to lay eyes upon it. That sounds like the last thing that we want to do. Okay, it doesn't really say that what we're supposed to do exactly to get rid of it. What is that? Oh, it's just more oil. Okay.
Damn. Did it hear that?
Of course it did, you dumbass. Okay, so it's coming here. I think. Yes, it is. Come on, leave already. Okay, let's wait a few more seconds. Okay, out. So
maybe I can use this dagger.
So we're gonna use this to fight that thing. Oh, he's just coming. Phew, just in time. You really want us to fight that thing with this dagger? Well, maybe it's a ritual knife of some sort with special powers, I don't know. Maybe it could work. Pick it up. Or we can... Oh. I was thinking about that maybe we could dual wield, but apparently not. If only you had guns around here as well, Francis. Shame that he's not a gun collector. Another dagger. Shit, you know what?
This dagger looks different.
Well, yeah, those daggers are different. You know what? I think I'm going to end this episode here. I've been playing for at least for like 50 minutes, maybe an hour by now. So in the next episode, well, let's try to find out what we're supposed to do against this Shambler. I was supposed to fight it with one of those daggers, maybe with a specific dagger, fight it, maybe kill it, or at least make it go away, and then we just leave this accursed gallery and burn this fucking place down. Or at least the painting. So, until next time. Thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Call of Cthulhu.